Have you ever paused in the middle of a hectic day and noticed how your breath seems to mirror your stress? Shallow and hurried. What are you trying to keep up with? This is where mindfulness steps in, a quiet revolution against the rush, a way to reclaim the calm in the chaos. It's not about silencing your thoughts or escaping reality. It's about tuning in so closely to the here and now that everything else momentarily fades away. Mindfulness is like giving your mind a spa day. You're peeling away the layers of noise pollution to find serenity in simplicity. The science of mindfulness. Diving into mindfulness is like giving your brain a workout, but instead of a lot of heavy lifting, you're working out with your thoughts and paying more attention to the moment. Studies show that when we do mindfulness exercises, we're actually tuning up our brains in a big way. Scientists who study the brain have noticed that if you keep at it with mindfulness, you can actually make your brain work better and feel better. Simply, mindfulness can increase the density of grey matter in brain regions linked to learning, memory, emotion, regulation, and empathy. It's like upgrading your brain's internal software to handle life's roller coasters better. And when it comes to stress, anxiety, and overall well-being, mindfulness is like a well-oiled machine, packed with tools to help you cope. Stress and anxiety, those unwelcome guests in our mind, can be shown the door with mindfulness. Research shows that when we get into mindfulness meditation, it's like we're turning down the stress levels in our bodies. It also helps our brains get better at dealing with what happens to us in a chilled out way, making the tough stuff in life seem not so overwhelming. Mindfulness is more than just a super trick for the brains though. It spills into all parts of life. We can cheer up, fight off germs, and get along better by paying attention to the moment. It's like hitting the reset button on your day, every single day. But how exactly do you go about it? Mindfulness breathing techniques. First, you need to understand that breathing is a unique physiological process. It's both automatic and controllable. This duality makes it a powerful anchor for present moment awareness. Let's walk through an essential mindful breathing exercise. You can do this anywhere, anytime. Begin by finding a comfortable seated position. Get comfy in your chair with your feet planted on the ground and your hands relaxed on your lap. If it feels right, go ahead and close your eyes. Now, take a nice, slow breath in through your nose and feel your chest and belly go out as they fill up with air. Pause for a second when you've breathed in as much as possible. Then, let the air out through your mouth, nice and easy, and feel your body relax and sink a little. Keep this up. Breathe in deep, hold it for a bit, and then let it all out. As you keep breathing, pay attention to what happens with each breath. Notice the cool air coming in, the little stop before you breathe out, and the warm air going out. If your mind starts to drift and think about other stuff, no worries. Just say hi to those thoughts, and then bring your attention back to your breathing. This act of returning to the breath is where the practice of mindfulness lies. It's not about staying perfectly focused, but about returning to the moment repeatedly through the pathway of your breath. The breath serves as a bridge between the mind and body, a rhythmic reminder that this moment right now is where life is happening. We can engage fully, respond thoughtfully, and move through our day with intention. By using breath as our anchor, we can tap into a well of calm and clarity available to us at any moment, no matter what's happening around us. Now let's turn our focus inward to the world of emotions, embracing emotions mindfully. Emotions are like the weather of the mind, constantly changing and affecting everything we do. Acknowledging our feelings is crucial. It's the first step in understanding the landscape of our inner world. Just as a meteorologist observes the weather without trying to change it, we can learn to keep our emotions with a gentle curiosity. To observe emotions without judgment is to sit with them, to recognize their presence without being swept away by their current. It's about noticing the anger, the joy, the frustration, or the excitement as it arises and saying, "I see you, I feel you." This acknowledgement doesn't mean we let emotions dictate our actions, but instead, we give them space to exist. This space allows us to respond to our feelings with intention rather than react out of habit. Strategies for this kind of observation include naming the emotions as they appear. This is anxiety, you might say, or here is sadness. This labeling creates a buffer between you and the emotion, providing room to maneuver. Another technique is to visualize the feeling as a wave in the ocean. You are not the wave. You are the vast ocean, deep and steady, capable of holding the wave without being overwhelmed. By embracing our emotions mindfully, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and navigate our emotional world with more grace and wisdom. It's not about controlling or changing how we feel, but about becoming fluent in the language of our emotions. This fluency can lead to a more balanced, harmonious life. Now, something else you need to understand is through stepping into the graceful world of mindful movement, where every gesture becomes an opportunity to cultivate awareness. Mindfulness through movement. This isn't just about exercise, it's about connecting with our bodies to bring us back to the here and now. Yoga and walking are two pathways to this connection. In yoga, each pose is a chance to tune into the conversation between muscles and breathe. It's not about how deep into stretch you can go, it's about noticing the journey as you move, breathe, and stretch. For instance, a simple mountain pose, standing with feet grounded, spine tall, and palms facing forward, becomes a moment of powerful presence. As you stand, feel the floor beneath your feet, the air on your skin, the rise and fall of your chest with each breath. Walking too can be a form of meditation in motion. It will help you be more mindful. Next time you're out for a walk or wandering through a park, tune into the feel of your feet hitting the pavement, the steady beat of your walk, and how your arms swing by your sides. Forget about just trying to get somewhere. Instead, try to be in the moment with every step you take, every breath you draw, and with the rhythm of your heartbeat. When we practice moving with awareness, we start to see that our bodies are more than just a ride for our brains. They are vibrant instruments that, when played with attention, can sing the music of the present moment. Whether stretching into a yoga pose or taking a purposeful walk, we can all find mindfulness in motion, one breath and one step at a time. Then comes being mindful in our everyday activities. Mindfulness in everyday activities. The reality is mindfulness isn't reserved for the quiet corners of meditation rooms. It thrives amidst the hum of our everyday activities. Consider the simple act of eating. We often do it on autopilot, but what if we slowed down? What if we truly tasted each bite, felt the texture of the food, savored the flavors, and noticed the colors on our plates? Eating mindfully turns a meal into a multi-sensory experience, reminding us that even in the most ordinary activities, there's a wealth of wonder to be found. Showering can also become a sanctuary for mindfulness. Feel the water cascading over you, watch the steam rise and swell, and listen to the rhythmic sound of droplets. It's a daily ritual that can cleanse the mind and body when fully present. And then there's commuting, often a source of stress. But what if we viewed it as a pause, a space between the chapters of our day? By tuning into the details of the journey, the sights passing by, the feel of the steering wheel, or the rhythm of our footsteps, we can turn it into an opportunity for presence. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily activities doesn't require extra time. It simply requires a shift in attention. It's about doing what we're already doing, but with a heightened sense of awareness. As we move through our day with this mindful approach, we find that every moment holds an invitation to connect with the present, one task at a time. But in doing all this, you need to understand how to overcome challenges that come your way in being more mindful. Overcoming mindfulness challenges. One widespread myth is that mindfulness is about emptying the mind or achieving a state of eternal peace. In truth, mindfulness is about fully tuning in to the present, not about silencing the mind's natural buzz. Another challenge many face is the wandering mind. It's the mind's nature to roam through thoughts of the past, leap into the future, or get tangled in fantasies or worries. When your mind starts to meander, don't think of it as a flunking mindfulness class. It's actually your chance to flex those mindfulness muscles. So, what's the game plan when your thoughts start to go off into the abyss? First off, recognize that it's happening. No need to get down on yourself or get annoyed. Just nudge your focus back to what's happening right now. That could be your breathing, your body's feelings, or what you're working on. This is about more than just doing it once, because you'll probably have to steer your thoughts back a bunch of times. And that's totally fine. Each return strengthens your mindfulness muscle, just as lifting weights builds physical strength. With time and practice, your focus becomes sharper, and the returns to the present become smoother and more effortless. The reality is that being mindful is less about achieving a perfect state of concentration, and more about embracing the imperfect dance of our attention. Our path has its fair share of bumps and twists, but every time you bring yourself back to the present moment, that's a win worth celebrating. So now, when will you next choose to pause and really soak in the moment? And also, which of the ways of being mindful resonated with you the most? Please subscribe and comment down below, and see you in the next video.